Well, Rich, it's been a really positive first few weeks to start the season. So how good was that victory on Sunday?
Yeah, it started off, I think, as I said in my post-match, we didn't start off the best, but after about 10-15 minutes, then we started to settle into the game, and we had control of the match, and had the majority of the possession. I don't think they had that many threats after that. It was pretty positive, yeah.
Before we turn our attentions back to league action, just want to talk about the Cup. It's obviously 2 wins now out of 2, so it's put you in a really strong position in that competition.
Yeah, with the change of format, it means that you definitely want to try and win that group, and that's the challenge that we'd be looking for. Obviously, Gwalia are in our group are from the league above, and that gives us an opportunity to set that as a challenge for ourselves and to try and top the group.
I want to talk about squad rotation because you've obviously utilised your squad really well in those particular games as they bid a place in your league as well. So how positive is it to see Sahara Osborne Ricketts come back as well and get some minutes in that competition?
Yeah, the competition's been really good for the squad and for us to look at different things. We've been playing a different formation in the League Cup. And that's been helpful as well because it's something that we will do in the league as and when it suits. But yeah, it's been great for minutes, and if I'm honest, it gives me problems because players have been coming and taking their opportunity, and that's what players want, is the opportunity to do that. But we've got a team that's winning in whether we make rotations with one, and what we've done in the league as well, we've done the same. So yeah, it makes it difficult, but it's positive there. As cliche would say, they're problems that you want to have.
You talk about problems that you want to have, one of those being that you spoke about in your post-match interview, goal scorers scoring goals. It's obviously great to see Libby Davis getting on the score sheet twice as well. Plenty of competition for places in that forward area.
Yeah, really pleased for her because it's not easy being in a squad that we have, because we've got a lot of quality, and so even if you're a really good player like Libby is, and I've said openly, I think Libby's in the top few strikers within the league, and so it's not just good enough to be good. You've got competition for your place wherever you are within the team. And I've spoken about before the season starts that being in a promotion pushing team isn't always fun what it might look like from the outside, because it involves a bit of suffering for players at times. And getting back to Libby, she's had the right attitude to everything, and that's been really, really positive, and they support each other really well. But we've got goals in all areas of the forward line really, and that's it's good for us to have such a goal threat.
Before we talk about your return to the league action this weekend, just talk about partnerships. It's been a fantastic couple of weeks. You announced a really groundbreaking partnership with period underwear leaders in the industry, Waka, last week. How incredibly important is it to get a partnership like that overboard, being one of the first few league clubs to get a partnership like that?
Yeah, I think what it demonstrates is the way in which the women's side is progressing within the banner of Swindon. We've got the ability to make those kind of deals now, and it's important to me that the women's section is sustainable and isn't a burden to the club. But then also as well, we're able with that partnership to raise relevant issues, both for the players and for women in general. And so Waka are a great partner for us, and you'll know that's kind of almost a solution to our own problem, really, ending up in having a partner to work with. So yeah, delighted with that, and they're a lovely they're a lovely group of people themselves. We've sort of met them, and the players have really got behind their product and what they're pushing as well, the message that they're pushing.
A broader question, more on partnerships. You talk about how incredibly important that is for the club. Obviously met another sponsor this evening in Summerford Mini. So how important are those partnerships in the growth of women's football in general?
Yeah, I think women's football generally is appealing for sponsors because it's attracting a lot of attention, and it's attracting the right type of attention. It's a completely different market, I think. There is some overlap in football, but it's a completely different market. So it doesn't surprise me that when you're doing the media that you're doing to the quality that you're doing and the profile that the club's got, obviously for me it's a fantastic opportunity for sponsors to get really good value within what they're doing. But Peter's is a good man. man. He's got a cracking business that comes out of his passion for for minis, and obviously his daughter plays, so he gets it. And he's a Swindon fan and a Swindon man, and he wants to support the girls. And those kind of sponsors are just invaluable, really, because it's not just that they're financially backing us, it's also the moral support that we get from them, which is really, really encouraging and motivates me, Mandy and the players. So
we look ahead to this weekend's game then against Marine Academy. Marine obviously mixed start in their season so far, so how do you fare against them this weekend, and what do you know about the newly promoted side?
Yeah, I think like all newly promoted sides, they're full of enthusiasm for the new league and the challenge that they've got. Obviously, it's a difficult challenge when you step up from Tier 5 to Tier 4 because there is a difference in level. But like all of those teams, they'll be the word I always use is that they'll be honest and they'll work hard and they will make it difficult for us. And so I don't think you can take those kind of games for granted in this league. And the moment that you do, it will come and bite you. So I expect our players to take it really, really seriously. We're in a position whereby we've been backed by the club to go and stay over down in Plymouth, and they've backed me in that request, and we're hoping that gives us a performance advantage over travelling down on the coach for a long time before going to Plymouth, which I've done previously with other clubs, and it's tough. I've been to their ground as well, and it will be a grass pitch that's not the level of surface that we're used to playing on. So there's lots of challenges within the weekend for us, and so I just expect the group to come together, be professional, and if we play to our standard, then hopefully we'll be able to get another win.
You talk about that challenge or that going down the night before. Probably some of these players never experienced staying overnight before a game before, but how incredibly important will that overnight stay be just for this group being able to mould together and learn more about each other when they stay overnight with each other?
There's a lot of things within it. It's a great opportunity for us to do some more teaming. There's a good atmosphere within the group anyway, and there's a good bond within this group, and there has been since the end of last season. But it's about raising that message about professionalism for us. I've asked this group to step up on everything 10-15% within their gym, within their S&C, within how they train, within how they push each other, within the environment that we're in. And this is another opportunity for us to kind of demonstrate that the club is backing the players in the right way to do things professionally, and ultimately that's all about getting results on the pitch. There's lots to it really. There's a message to the players within that.
You just lastly talk about professionalism. How incredibly important is it that the group do stay professional now? An unbeaten start so far, but you want to keep the players grounded, I presume, as it's a long old season.
Yeah, nobody's getting carried away. I mean, the first 10-15 minutes of the game at Keynsham will tell you that we could have been 2-0 down within 10 minutes. Just because we didn't get off to a quick start. They had a couple of corners. Set pieces are crucial within this league, and so I don't think that nobody's getting carried away. We're doing well. We're not playing anywhere near as well as what we can do yet, and that's not really a surprise. It takes time to get into your rhythm, and we have a couple of new players in as well. So all of those things will take time, but I don't see anybody getting carried away with our situation. It's just about, we have a thing within the group which is one game at a time, and we celebrate that win. So we get 3 points on the board, we celebrate 3 points, that's it, done, next 3 points. That's all we're looking for, one game at a time.